And yes, we'll find out just how many pools of blood Beast received at the end of this review. But as usual, we'll begin with the IMDb plot. Cast and crew down below. A father and his two teenage daughters find themselves hunted by a massive rogue lion intent on proving that the Savanna has but one apex predator. And the Savanna has not met the predator yet, but maybe it will at some point. Anyways, Beast is another new movie here. So try to be sort of spoiler free, but it is one of these animal hunting people movies, and there's not so many different directions it can go. I think you're gonna get what you pretty much expect. Lion hunts people, and either lion's gonna win or people's gonna win, and we generally know who generally wins. But anyway, yeah. So I guess there's a main reason why I kind of wanted to go over this one. But I'll get to that in a couple of minutes. Let's start off kind of talking about what's going on here. Basically opens up, a bunch of poachers, I guess, are going out hunting, and they are confronted by a lion that attacks them, kills some people, but gets away. And so obviously that kind of sets the scene. And obviously the theme of poaching is in this movie. It's going to play a role. Poachers are out there. That's also going to give more victims for the lion. And let's not feel sorry for the poachers because they're doing what they're not supposed to be doing. So go lion. Anyway, so a father takes his two teenage daughters out there to kind of revisit. Kind of got, I might have missed it, but kind of get the hint that maybe he grew up there or he's familiar, it's been there before. And he wants his teenage daughters to now kind of have this experience. And but he's still a bit cautious of what's out there, what can go on, what can happen, and so forth. And they meet up with a guy who they describe him as their uncle, but maybe it's just a very close family friend. I'm not sure so certain that he is their uncle per se, but he could be. You never know. Anyway, he's familiar with the area. He currently lives there. He's currently trained some of the other lions that are out there in the wilderness that they come across, and he's actually friendly with. I'm not about to approach any lions, but he feels free to do so and survive, so that's great for him. And they proceed on and proceed to get a glimpse of other things going on, but before they know it, they come across a guy who's been attacked and is dying. And they tried to help him out, but that's not going to work out well, and that's when they get their first shot with the lion here. And while it's their first theme not to really kill or hurt the lion, but they find out quickly that this lion is not as friendly as some of the ones they just met. And yeah, things go bad, and they ended up stranded out there in the middle of nowhere in their truck. So that's kind of the basic setup here, as you would expect. And proceeding after that is just basically a lot of a lion attack, survive the lion attack, survive, and how are we going to get out of this? Again, poachers are involved. Poachers are going to come. They're going to die. Some of them are going to die. The lion is going to get some of them. Good for the lion. And so you're going to get kind of that kind of stuff going on. I thought, they kept it fairly realistic of the situation. I think towards the end, you kind of get a fight with the lion that might be a little unrealistic. You kind of wonder why the lion is painted as a rogue lion, why he didn't kind of go for the kill sooner. I mean, it's fairly obvious it's a Hollywood movie, so that's why he doesn't. But I think if they wanted to kind of stick to the reality of the situation, maybe it should have. But, I guess that's besides the fact. Besides that, I thought they mixed it in. They kept the lion involved once it got. There wasn't too many time periods where the movie kind of dragged without the lion attacking, or at least knowing the lion was in the background. So I thought they did a good job of kind of keeping the ball rolling and keeping the lion coming. And I thought, they did a fairly good job of trying to keep it as realistic as sort of possible, um, until kind of the ending part. But I guess the main reason that I kind of wanted to mention this movie is, if you caught some of my shark reviews, last couple of them, done a lot of complaining about the bad CGI and bad CGI of sharkness there, and bringing sharks, and just bad, just bad. Um, I thought they did a fairly good job here with the lion, of keeping it realistic. And, I'm not a special effects wizard, master, or studied in it or know anything about it. So all I can say is I imagine it was probably easier to pull off doing a lion, than a shark. And obviously, by what I see in this movie and see in the shark movies, maybe besides comparing budgets, it seems it's easier to do a lion than a shark. But I will credit them for doing a pretty good job with the lion, um, over just the terribleness of the sharks. And yes, this is just giving me another shot to complain about the shark movies that we've been watching. But I will. You know that I love my shark movies, but I will not give them a pass, and I will complain about the CGI sharks every chance I get. And this is giving me another chance to do so, because I thought, I don't know if you guys seen this movie or not, or will or not, but I thought they did a pretty good job with the lions here. I kind of read really, really, really super briefly just to verify that they did do CGI here with the lions, and how they kind of did it. So again, it seems like it's obviously easier to do a lion CGI than a shark CGI. But still, come on, people, if we're going to do a shark movie, please help us out with some more real like sharks, or just, I don't know, do something. Something needs to be done. Something. But credit them. I thought they did a pretty good job here with the lion. It was fine with me, worked for me, and I thought they did a pretty good job. So yeah, that is the real reason I wanted to jump on here and do a brief review of this movie, is just so I can complain about CGI sharks. Yes, I just did all that. But yeah, if you're kind of into this survival adventure kind of movie, and you like lions, or interested in maybe something different than all these shark movies, and you want to see a lion try to kill somebody, I think this is fairly good. I can't stand saying this guy's name because I butcher it every time, but I guess Idris is his name, I guess, if I didn't butcher that. I really like him. I thought he did a really good job in this movie. He's done a really good job in some other movies. I vote for him as the next James Bond, just throwing it out there. But I thought he did a pretty good job in this movie as well. So, and so did the girls, and everybody else that kind of tagged along with him on this adventure. So yeah, if you're kind of into this thing, I definitely a grade up over maybe some of the sci-fi movies you see, based on lions and so forth, although I don't remember I've seen any recently. But yeah, I think, if you're into this kind of survival thing, whatever, and you are looking for something different than the sharks, maybe this can do it for you. So with that, no surprise here, 3 pools of blood out of 5. And I will promise you, sooner or later, will be more reviews of something that's not 3 pools of blood. So with that is again out of 5, just so you guys know. And horrorsquarereviews.blogspot.com is where you can find more of my reviews, the written reviews. The video reviews are all there as well. But if you're just interested in the video reviews, subscribe, like, and do all that fun stuff that everybody tells you to do. If not, no problem. Twitter, Facebook down below as well. Reach out to me there. If you want to talk about this movie, about bad shark CGI, feel free to do so as well there in the comments section. Maybe you hated the CGI lions in this movie. Feel free. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. Feel free to let me know. Yeah, and with that, I guess I will catch you on the next review, horror fans.